that we need a new type of social model in Europe that I call a social investment model, which means that we need to invest in people, in social policy, in education, in public health, in family policies, etc. And that this is the best way of dealing with the challenges of the future, not only the challenges of the welfare state or the economy, but also the challenges of climate change. We know today that what's most important for economic growth is indeed its health, its education, but it's also the age composition of the population. So it's important that we see to that we get new babies, that we also have immigration, and that we have good health in the population so that people can work for a long time, and so that the expenditure for the old aged will be less than if we have people that are not healthy, for example. But it's also important that if we work on social investment, we also get a society marked by social cohesion, by social trust. And we have seen now that this is also important for the way that we can work with other challenges. So we can see that countries that put a lot of effort on social cohesion will also succeed better in mitigating climate change. We have a long tradition of social investment policies in Sweden. They actually go back to the 1930s and has a lot to do with preventive social policies for children and youth, for example. So I think we can learn from Sweden. We can also learn from other countries in Europe that have worked on what they call social investment policies. The Lisbon agenda from year 2000 in the European Union was an agenda for more of social investment policies, for example, childcare. So we have a lot of knowledge on this. There's also knowledge in the developing world where we know a lot about the importance of investing in health, for example. First, I think we have to realize that if we have this social investment strategy, if we prepare instead of repair, as we used to say, we will also save money. It's very costly when children grow up, for example, and don't get out on the labor market because they are not well educated, or because they go into criminal activities, or because they are psychologically not very well. So by investing in people at an early stage, we can see to that more people are on the labor market, that their human resources can be used. So we pay for something that will pay back instead of just paying for unemployment or for people being sick. But it's also important to see that if we start to talk about social spending as something productive, we can see that in Sweden we have also got another idea of what the welfare state is. People see the welfare state as something that is positive for the economy, not as a burden for the economy. And that will also make it possible to get more support for paying taxes, for example. Finally, the issue of governance was raised in here in the debate. And of course, it's extremely important that you have trust in the state, that you trust civil servants, that you don't have corruption, to keep social trust up, because without a well-working democracy, good governance, you will not be able to do these investments that are so important.